It's like another year, more of the same for the New England Patriots. The hits just keep on rolling. You look at 2017, it's just crazy. Another year, another AFC East divisional title. Another year, another AFC Championship game appearance. What was that? 7 straight AFC Championship game appearances. Just insane. Another year, another Super Bowl appearance. For Brady and Belichick, this is their 8th time making it to the Super Bowl. That's just insane, man. And not to ball wash the Patriots too much or suck up to them too much, but this has been a truly special dynasty. In the era that this team has been in, the fact that it is extended for the length of time that it has, where the only two constants were Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, and everybody else at some point in time has changed and been replaced, and this team has still been able to find ways to compete year in and year out, be a championship contender team year in and year out, win 5 Super Bowls, make it to 8 of them total. I mean, good Lord. It's just unbelievable. What more can you say? Yeah, sure, ultimately they didn't get the job done against the Eagles in the Super Bowl. But damn, man. 8 Super Bowl appearances. 8 of them. That's just crazy to think about. And it's like you want to sit here in New England Patriots, and because of the success and the number of years they've been in this position, every year it can be very easy to talk about all the reasons that this is finally going to be the year that it stops. This is finally going to be the year that it falls apart. This is finally going to be the year where the reign of Brady and Belichick and the Patriots dynasty is going to come crashing down. You lose Nate Solder in free agency. Brandon Cooks is gone. Dion Lewis is gone. Danny Amendola is gone. Defensive coordinator Matt Patricia is gone. Malcolm Butler is gone as quick as he was gone in the Super Bowl. You lose Julian Edelman for the first 4 games of the season for PED violation. And all you do is you add guys like Trent Brown via trade and Danny Shelton via trade and Adrian Claiborne, and you look at it and there's like this huge imbalance. Like the players that left were much better than the overall players that you brought in. And you know what? That's true. And then when you look at this team in the draft and you're like, it appeared on the surface like they had a nice draft. Isaiah Wynn, Sony Michel, Duke Dawson. When you talk about the 2 picks in round 1 and then Dawson in round 2, you're like, Isaiah Wynn should be a long-term starter for them somewhere on the offensive line, possibly at tackle. And that's the way he was looking. Sony Michel could be a game-breaking difference maker type of back for them. But Isaiah Wynn now out for the year with the torn Achilles. Sony Michel hasn't practiced in close to a month with yet another knee injury. Big surprise. And it's like you look at these things and all the players that are lost, coming off of the Super Bowl loss, and the draft picks that aren't making an immediate impact again. And you're like, this Patriots dynasty should have long since been over, and it's going to come crashing down to earth this year. But you know what? It's the Patriots, and it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't. They still have Bill Belichick. And sometimes when you say, well, they still have this person, if they have that person, they have a chance. And that is an incredible oversimplification of things. But the reality is they have the best head coach in NFL history in Bill Belichick. No apologies to the Vince Lombardi fanboys or anybody else. The best is the best, and Belichick is the best. And don't bring up the cheating thing, because think about all these other coaches and all the other shenanigans and gamesmanship and cheating that they did and their players did over the years. Let's not be naive about this. Belichick's just sloppy and is getting caught game. That's what it is. So he's not the best at avoiding capture and discovery. But in terms of coaching and consistency, he's the best of all time. And that really matters. When you can go into every single game, every single year, and say, we have a one-up on leadership, we have a one-up, a major one-up at the head coaching position, that makes such a significant difference, it doesn't even make any sense. And then, when you look and you say that not only do you have the greatest head coach in NFL history, in my estimation, you have now the greatest quarterback in NFL history in Tom Brady, the most accomplished quarterback in NFL history, the winningest quarterback in NFL history in the way that truly matters, which is them damn rings, brother. You just like, the rest of this crap doesn't matter. The players that they lost, the things of this and the things of that, it just doesn't matter. You know what the Patriots with Brady and that offensive system, they're going to find white guys that can play wide receiver. They're going to have 4 running backs that eventually combine like a Megazord into freaking one like running back, and they can actually produce. And they're going to put up big yards. They're going to put up big points. And it just doesn't matter. So even with the concerns, like how much longer can Tom Brady play at this high level? How much longer is he actually going to play? The guy's 41 now. At some point in time, Father Time has got to catch up with even Tom Brady, no matter how many steroids he would even be taking. Or even you just want to say, Alex Guerrero's got him on a great workout plan. No, I'm not saying Tom Brady's on steroids. The point I'm getting at is even if he was juicing up to Lyle Alzado levels, at some point in time, there's going to be a natural drop-off here. And you see it in bits and moments, and even some of the big games, you're like, ooh, if he loses much more, he's going to be done. But then it doesn't happen. And even concerns I have about the offensive line. Isaiah Wynn out for the year. Nate Solder left via free agency. What's going to happen there? It's like it doesn't matter. You look at the defense, and you look at the lack of impact players and the lack of true stars. And it's like at some point in time, that's got to catch up with them, you would think. You know, the league is star-driven at some point. Systems are nice and schemes are nice and coaches are nice, but the players ultimately got to win. And at some points in time, you can't just have a random different guy step up all the time. You need guys that can be go-to guys that can make big plays for you when you really need them. But not if you're the Patriots. It just doesn't matter. So all those concerns I outlined, the offensive line, how much longer could Brady dominate, the lack of stars on defense. You know, you look at it and you're like, the lack of big explosive players outside of the skill positions on offense, being concerned about how many games Gronk is actually going to be bothered to be able to play this year before he gets hurt. And it's like it just doesn't matter. Like when I look at the schedule this year for them, it feels like, again, it's not going to matter. Now, there are going to be notable games. I look at the first 2 weeks of the season. Hosting Houston, Deshaun Watson and the Texans gave the Patriots all types of trouble last year. Then week 2, going to Jacksonville, you know the Jags are going to be focused on revenge for what happened in the AFC Championship game, where Jacksonville went up to Foxborough, had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter on Brady and Belichick in the AFC Championship game, and ultimately watched it slip down their freaking legs. Those first 2 weeks of the season are going to be interesting matchups. And then you got week 9, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers come to town. A showdown of the 2 best quarterbacks in the game today. How in the hell is that not marquee must-see TV? And then week 15, probably the big one. Certainly going to be bigger, though, ultimately for the Steelers than it is the Patriots. But still a massive game that could have significant first-round bye, home field advantage type of implications. They go to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. So that's going to be another game that's going to be a lot of fun to see. But ultimately, in a league full of upheaval from one year to the next, in a league full of parity consistently from one year to the next, in a league where you have so many teams can go from worst to first in a division in just one short year, you can have a team like the Philadelphia Eagles go from a losing record to being Super Bowl champions. The one constant you have is that the Patriots have a winning record. The Patriots win double-digit games. The Patriots go on and win the AFC East. They get a first-round bye. They usually get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And ultimately, the road to the Super Bowl for the AFC goes through Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And it feels like it could be just that way again. I think this team finishes something like 12-4. They're first in the AFC East. They'll end up with at least a first-round bye, and it'll be like deja vu all over again. And as easy as it can be to hate on the Patriots for a variety of different things, I look at it at this point, and I'm just going to appreciate whatever we've got left, because when it comes to sports, sometimes we think we see truly special, but truly special is truly special and doesn't come around that often. What the Patriots have done under Belichick and Brady is truly special. And it's probably going to be more of the same in 2018, so get used to it.